Sometimes we see everybody's posting, everybody's telling us what to do in our business, how to market our business, how to grow our brand. But what about rest? Today's episode is a quick one about the importance of rest for your creativity, the importance of rest for your business growth as well. So let's get to it. This podcast episode was inspired by one of my actual lives that I did this past weeks, and I was getting the question of what to do when your creative has come to a halt. You don't have any more ideas, and you feel like there's no other answer of what to do next in your business, in your life. And so I decided to do this episode for that, the importance of rest, because nobody's talking about the importance of rest. This podcast is for you. It's not only about business. It's not only about mindfulness. It's not only about beauty. It's also about the importance of taking care of your body, your mind, and your soul. And part of that is rest. So I'm going to be sharing 5 things I do every week to take care of my own body. So let's get to it. Number 1, take a full 24-hour break from social. I know that can be hard, and it doesn't have to be this thing where it's a consistent day. For example, this week I had a class. I had to finish my launching. So I literally have not had a day of rest. I'm actually starting right now after this episode, I'm taking my 24-hour hiatus from social and everything else. And the reason why I do that is because it's good for my mental health. It's good for my body. And also I can just get overwhelmed with so much content being thrown at us, especially as a business owner. For some reason, the algorithm throws shit of like business to me all the time. It's exhausting. I don't need tips on business all the time. I don't need tips on marketing or growing my brand. Sometimes I just need to disconnect. And that has been really good for my mental health as an anxious creative. It's just really important to take breaks. It also helps my creativity because I'm not being bombarded with everybody's content. I'm able to sit in the quietness of getting inspired. And it's also really great for my mental health because I like to be able to sit with my own emotions. And sometimes when we're in work mode nonstop, we don't even get time to acknowledge what we're feeling or what even our body needs. And we are important too. Without you, without your body, without your mental health, without your, even just physical health and just well-being, how is that reflects on your business? That will reflect on your personal life, and nobody's telling us that. So it's so important. Number 2, in regards to rest, our body is designed for rest. We should be having at least 8 hours of sleep a day. And also, just from my own experience, I just finished launching a course, and I talked about how I launched this course in 7 days. It was 90 hours. My eyes were literally hurting from the laptop, and that's my own wrongdoing. I decided to do that. Nobody forced me to do that, but it was just such a beautiful lesson for me, the importance of taking breaks from the computer and electronics and how that does affect your health. Number 3, also time to connect with yourself and your body. This past, I think 11 days, I have not been posting a podcast episode on here because I've literally been working, and I have to prioritize things. I have podcast episodes, but none of them felt really aligned. I didn't feel like intuitively it was the right thing to do. So I just postponed posting a podcast episode until today, when I'm actually going into my big 24-hour break of social, and it feels amazing. So be willing to get out of your regular schedule. I know consistency is very important in business, especially in social, but to be honest, not all my business just only comes from social media. And there are other things I do in my business and in my marketing that can keep growing my business without me having to put out no content or post a post on any social media channel. So I think it's so important that we start realizing that. Number 4, rest is this beautiful time to allow your mind, body, and soul to also relax. Right now, I'm literally sitting in my bed as I'm recording this episode, which intuitively felt right for me. And it's just nice to lay in bed. Sometimes it's just nice to go on a walk and take time off. There's nothing that has to do with work. And this has really helped me, and I hope it helps you, that we have this one life that we're on this earth right now, right? And no matter what you believe in, religiously or non-religiously, it's that you need to make the best out of this time. And the best out of this time is not solely work. For me, work is not everything. And I know we get pushed as a society that we need to work. For me, being a woman and a mother, for the longest time, now things have evolved and changed, but for the longest time it was about, being a mother. And, we had this whole shame thing about being a working mother, which now it seemed okay in society. It was not okay a couple years ago. And I dealt with that. And that's why I think it's so important that we also take time to just disconnect and be able to rest our body and our minds, and just be able to be outdoors, or whatever resource that you use to renovate yourself. For me, is the trees, the moon. My kids laugh at me. I take them out. We had a full moon and it was orange, and I took them out and we drove out to see it. And it's just little things I do. It makes me feel really good and happy, and it's enjoying nature and tuning back into myself and remembering that I'm so much more than just my work and just my accomplishments. And it has been such a beautiful growing lesson for me. And lastly, number 5, you deserve to be happy too. And part of that happiness comes with rest, and part of that success comes with rest. And I really wanted to share something with you. Some of the beautiful opportunities that come to my door, yes, I know I do work behind the scenes, and I've been at this for years, but sometimes during the periods where I'm disconnected, I literally will be off social and then an opportunity comes in, or I literally will be on my break and I'm not checking my emails, and I check my email and some other opportunity comes in. And sometimes it's just the beauty of being in rest and disconnected that feels so amazing. Literally, today I went to a class and it was so much fun. I learned so much for hairstyling, but now I get to disconnect and be with my kids. And if my kids choose to not hang out with me, that's on them. But I get to literally just be in my bed and hang out and relax and take time to disconnect. And, our bodies and our mind can only take so much information. There's only so many things we can retain. So don't overdo it. Remember that even in the seasons of rest, even in the seasons where you're not working hard 24/7, or maybe your work schedule doesn't look the same as somebody else in your industry or another coworker of yours, does not mean that you're broken. It does not mean that you're lazy. It means that sometimes you need to put yourself first. And I do it. I take social media breaks once a week. I never announce them. I just do it. Sometimes I need to take breaks just from talking to other people, just to really tune into my body and see what's going on. And sometimes it can be in forms of walking, in forms of resting in my bed, or in forms of hanging out with my family. And I don't see any shame in it. I don't care if society thinks it's wrong because I take days off, or I decide not to work Saturdays, or whatever, my certain situation is. Remember, you got into business. You got into the beauty industry to be truly a boss, and it's to be a CEO and not the employee of your business means you need to make executive decisions that you are the most valuable asset in your business. Without you, there's no business. If you burn out, guess what? It's going to reflect in your business. It's going to reflect in your work. And there's only one of you. So really, you should utilize your time wisely to also have rest. I hope this episode was super helpful for you. I would appreciate a review. It really helps me also put out more content that you want to hear and listen to. So much love. Until next week.